Capcom Cup groups have been announced and drawn. You know, they did a random drawing again this year. It could have been like last year. We were just like, oh no. And like lots of things went all over the place in a nasty way. But I think for the most part, they got pretty lucky with how the groups went down. There are some exceptions. I think some of these groups are really, really, really messed up. Like Group F is, I think, very hard. I think Group A is also really, really messed up. And I think Group H is also pretty, yeah, it's a pretty nasty looking group. Group G also. If you don't know any of the players, by the way, you can always click over to Wikipedia page and it'll give you like a breakdown of who they are and like where they qualified from and stuff, right? The way this will work is like Phenom will play Takamura and Hot Dog and Salvatore and Itabashi Zangief and Punk. And then Takamura will play Phenom and Hot Dog. And they all play everybody in their group. And at the end, the top 2 performers in each group will make it into a top 16 bracket. There's 3 days, I think, of group play, and then an SFL day, and then a top 16 day, right? Is my memory. 8 are in winners, like the top seed in each group is in winners. The bottom seed is in losers of the top 16. Should we do a guess on who we think is going to make it out of the groups? Maybe we should do one now, and then I'll do one like right before the event again. What do we think? Phenom, Takamura, Hot Dog, Salvatore, Itabashi, Zangief, Punk. I think the favorites for this are Punk, and then second is Phenom or Itabashi. It depends on the matchups. I mean, Takamura, Hot Dog, man, this is a tough group. If you're going strictly though by offline results for the year, I think Punk and Itabashi are the 2 favorites probably, with maybe Hot Dog or Phenom or Takamura being close after. And Salvatore is like a wild card to me. I've seen Salvatore play. I'm not sure in this group who is the favorite. I feel like Punk and then one other person who I'm not sure. Any of these players. I gotta commit. I'll say Punk's gonna make it out, and I'm down to say Hot Dog. We'll say Hot Dog. Who do we think's making it out of Group B? I think this is one of the less dangerous groups in the tournament, right? Probably most people feel that way. I'm down to mark these 2, I think, maybe. I think Noah and Grand Totokai and Sihanouk and Salty Kid all have good chances, though. I would put like a question mark here, because if Noah shows up and plays well, I think he could absolutely make it out. But he has some days where he shows up and like he's not as sharp. I feel like his play style, he really has to be sharp. We gotta vote JB because of Sajam Slam coaching. Sorry. All right, Group C. Sorry, Group C. I have to make the choice very quickly here. I don't know. I'm sorry. Dual Kevin and Zangief Bellato. I'm a big fan of both. I think Zangief Bellato is sick. I was just watching Halabel play the other night, and we watched Jabi qualify. We watched him play Terry. But over Dual Kevin with 3 question marks when I select Tokido and Kakeru, 2 of the winningest, best results players in Street Fighter 6. If I had to pick the 3 strongest players in this group, I would pick Kakeru, Tokido, and Dual Kevin. They're the 3 strongest to me, but yeah. Group D, Broski, Bravery, VX, Bao. Let me just mark that down. Write that down. Blaz, Idom, and Armper. I don't know, man. If you're not putting VX Bao, I think you don't know. You guys want Broski to make it out, right? That's your pick. I don't know who I think is the favorite. I'm gonna say Blaz. Actually, though, I don't think these matchups are very good for him now that I think about it, because he's gonna fight Broski, and then that's Aki, which is a little tricky. Bravery's on Akuma or Kami, and then Idom's on Manon. He's gonna beat Blaz straight up. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. He's gonna die in that group. Sorry, man. Boom. Okay. Group E. Mr. Crimson. I didn't know who this player was. Diver. I had to look them up on the website. They made it through South America, right? Oh, the Spain. That's okay. That's the qualifier. Spain, Portugal. They're from South America and they're living in Spain. There we go. You know what's funny is that these 2 played each other in Capcom Cup last year, right outside our groups, Meta and Fudo. They literally played like the round after our groups. I think they're the favorites in the group, probably. The rest of it, I don't know, man. It's really a toss-up. There's a lot of really good players in this group. It's weird for character situations, right, too? Because Mena has been playing like quite a few characters. He says he has like a secret character that people haven't seen him play yet. And then Chris, I know he's been playing Terry, but he also obviously played Ed for like the entire season. Also, next group, don't ask me to buy anything here, okay? I click these 2 names. Whatever happens in that group is between them and Shenlong. I don't know what's gonna happen in that group, bro. Whoever makes it out, you deserve it. Nice job. Congrats. That shit looks like a nightmare group. It is really hard. Uriel's very good. Just Kid, very good. Siang, very good. Oil King, very good. Big Bird and Lashar, obviously, you know, 2nd place for both of them at 2 of the biggest tournaments in the year. Who knows what's gonna happen out there, bro. Group G. Nephew when he saw his crew. No, I want to put Nephew's name down, Sajam Slam, you know, I'm feeling it, but these matchups are just so bad for him. It's 2 Giles, which is brutal. I don't know how he's beating 2 Giles. I don't think that's happening. Juicy Joe has a good matchup spread here in that sense, right? Because he has 2 Giles, although they both play some other characters on the side, right? Knuckle Dude's gonna play Cammy against him, and then he's gonna have to deal with Bison from Shanghai probably, right? Killzoo's gonna be like Cammy, and then Nephew has Jury into him, so it's weird. Juicy Joe has like 2 good matchups, and then the other 3 are a little questionable. Nephew has 2 bad matchups, but I think he can win the other 3, and then the Giles and everything else, I don't know. I'm gonna vote for Knuckle Dudang. And then the second one, I don't know. It's a toss-up. I would like to put other names down here, but this group's hard. You could tell me any combination of players made it out, and I would be like, sure. For Slammer's sake, I'll put a box around him. What up, Nephew? He said, let's go. The matchups are fucked up. Why they do you like this? Fuck it, we're putting down Nephew. And boom. Okay, last group. First of all, Shudo. Listen, I'll make no concessions. I'm clicking Shudo's name first and foremost. Second, to me, it's a toss-up between Kusanagi or Lex. I think Angry Bird has a decent chance, but I actually think Lex's offline results are very good, and I think Kusanagi is really hard to prep for. Yeah, how is it a stray to vote? Is it, if I had said I think Angry Bird's gonna make it out, would you have said Lex stray question mark? Or Juninho Ross stray question mark? Or Soul stray? Do you know who Soul is? Where's Soul from? He's from Guilty Gear? Okay. You guys only know because I watched on stream. That's not fair. I educated you. These groups are pretty tough. What do we think is the hardest group? I think Group F, clearly. Group G, clearly. These two are clearly death groups. They're the ones to watch out for. But I think every group feels very hard to pick. You know, my memory is like last year, people were like, this format is really cool because we saw so many people from places we didn't know were good at Street Fighter do well. I don't remember a single person that would have fit that description. First of all, there are good players all over the world. And second of all, you kind of know who they are for the most part. If you're like, oh, this guy who's from like, I don't know, Taiwan showed up and won in Street Fighter and did really well and surprised the world, I'd be like, what is this, 2010? That happened literally 15 years ago at EVO with Gamerby, then Oil King, like a few years later in Street Fighter 5, and like people know that people in Taiwan are good at Street Fighter. These are players people know, right? Like these are not surprising players in the top 8 at all. Like nobody said, oh, Uma's gonna win really, like last year, but also I think Uma doing well and winning is not that surprising. He literally played like every single week in ICFC Asia and did well, and like he won most of them. And then the other thing is he's in a good region, so it doesn't surprise me that much. Now Uma still plays a bit. I just think he's not playing super serious. Think about these groups, right? You will eliminate at least 4 of each of these groups right away, and you don't have to fight any of them. Big Bird, Oil King, Cian, Valorio, Just a Kid, Lashar. Like 4 of them are just not going to be in the tournament anymore. You don't have to worry about them. Same thing with Group G. 4 of them are just getting eliminated. And yeah, with how this tournament is, like Momochi is not in Capcom Cup. Think about how good Momochi's offline results for the CPT are, or like Zen as an example, or Kazunoko, or Ending Walker, or Higuchi. What about Higuchi Guile, bro? Nobody's trying to watch Higuchi Guile. I'm trying to watch Higuchi Guile. It's fucked up. It's really hard to qualify from Japan. Like, I don't know if you guys looked at their score board, but like Higuchi had the most points for the whole year until Kakaru. Like he was looking really clean until Kakaru just won with JP at the end there. And then Momochi didn't make it in, right? Oren had all these points, nothing. Hikaru, nope. Goichi, nope. Moke, nope. Kawano, nope. Fuck all of them. They didn't make it in. Capcom said, nope. I got asked about doing Capcom Cup, and in fact, I was gonna go, but you guys probably know I have an event in Japan with Reject, right? We have the Sajam Slam Reject event. That is in March in Japan. So I would have to go to Japan and essentially be there for multiple weeks in March working, and I wouldn't be able to stream. And then I had to be there for our event, and then I'd be working and I wouldn't be able to stream. So it would be like 2.5 weeks. That's why I'm gonna stay home and restream it instead. If we didn't have our event, I would have gone to Capcom Cup and commentated, yeah. I was like, hey, I should probably not go to Capcom Cup. I should probably stay home and like restream this so that I don't have to be in Japan for 2 full weeks. That means that like the whole entire month is basically just, I vanish. I'm in the upside down. So I'll be here on stream. You can watch me. I'll watch all the groups. We'll commentate over it. We'll do a little bit of analysis, and it should be a good time.